Okay, everybody's been wanting to know how to do pickled beets. So pickled beets is almost identical to sweet pickles. Um, Try it. A lot of people don't like beets, but the one time they have pickled beets here, then they start to like beets. So especially for your kids, if you want them to eat well, pickle your beets. They're really good on salad. Like when you're making just a general salad, like you just do a chicken kale salad, and these sweet beets just are so good. It's like having balsamic on your salad, straight. It's so good. So anyway, what I've done here in this pot, 2 cups vinegar to 2 cups sugar, and then you'll see online to 1 cup of water. I don't put water in mine, so I like mine super sweet and super sour. But if you don't, add a cup of water in. So 2 cups water, 2 cups vinegar, one. I'm sorry, take that back. 2 cups vinegar, 2 cups sugar, 1 cup water, and then you can make that pot as big as you want. Just keep that ratio, and that's going to be the base for your beets. Now, beets. This is very important. I have this bowl full of beets. See them? Okay. You want to not peel your beets when you put them in water to boil them at first. You're going to lose all the color in your beets and all the taste in your beets. You don't want to do that. So what you want to do is cut the little tail off and cut the top of the beet that's really hard and crusty, but leave it in its skin. Okay? Let me turn this down. It's up too high. Leave it in its skin, and you're going to do a big pot of boiling water, and you're going to put the beets in it, and you're going to let it boil for like 20 minutes. And what that does is the skin on the beet starts to come off. Turn your eye off, drain the water out of your beets, put gloves on because your hands will turn permanently red, and then peel the peel off the beet. All you do is just scratch it with your fingernails and rub, and then the beet will lose its skin. Then after that, you just cut it into the size that you want, like this. I've got all different kinds of sizes because I'm in a rush today. Rounds, squares, like whatever. Okay, and what you're going to do is take your glass jar, you're going to put your beets in the jar, and then you're going to fill the jar full of your vinegar sugar sauce over here, okay? The vinegar is the part, like we talked about lemon juice. Vinegar is the part of acid that will make your bottles seal shut and keep everything from going bad. Right? It has a high acid level in it that you need for this canning. So that's why with the vinegar recipes, someone asked me last year, why don't you put lemon juice in the vinegar? Because it's the same thing. It's like lemon juice or vinegar, one of the two, right? You wouldn't want your tomatoes to have a vinegary taste, so you want to choose the lemon over that, if that makes sense. Okay, so what you're going to need is white vinegar, sugar, pickling spice. I do this. I don't like having to half cardamom, half allspice, blah, blah. I buy it already made. In each small container, I'm doing it in the smalls because I don't eat that many beets in one setting, right? In this container, I literally put 3/4 of a teaspoon of the pickling, right? Because I like it strong. I love that southern kind of very flavorful thing. So you're going to need this, and that's it. Again, wet towel, dry towel, right? Okay, so let me get a glove on here. Okay, so let me stick this glass back in the water. I'm going to grab another one. Okay, here's your glass. I go ahead and put my pickling in first, so 3/4 of that. Then my beets, okay? Lots of beets. We have a storm kicking up. You can probably hear that. Okay? Right? Beets in the glass. Then I'm going to take my little dipper here, dip it in my sauce. I'm going to put my little thing on. Okay? Pour my sauce in. And you want, again, you want to leave that top cap area open. Take a stick. When you have things that are like this that can block air bubbles, you want to take a stick, spoon like this, and get those air bubbles out, okay? And because there's sugar in this, you really want to make sure to wipe your top off with a wet cloth, then a dry, okay? Then you're going to put your lid on, right, your little cap, and then your lid, okay? And then you're going to put it in your pressure cooker. Let's do another one. Glass. Whoops. Put my pickling in first. Okay. Beets. Okay. Boy, beets are such a mess, I tell you. Okay. Put your little cap on. Get your syrup going here. Put your syrup in. Okay. Take your stick. Get all your air bubbles out. Okay. Wet cloth. It's very sticky. Dry cloth. And it just makes a mess. So make sure that you keep it off of anything you don't want permanently stained. That's why I use towels on my counter with pretty much everything. Towels and paper towels so that I can't stain my countertop. Because I'm that girl that likes a natural top. I don't have that slick granite. I can't do that. Okay. Here's another one. 3/4 of a teaspoon of the pickling spice. Okay, put my beets in. And they're soft already, right? And then when you hit the pressure cooker, it softens them a little bit more. And I'm going to use the same rule as I did with the tomatoes, which is going to be 7 minutes on 10 is the pressure number. Okay? Whew, what a mess. Okay. Okay, and then I'm going to put my syrup in. Little cap on, syrup in. The cap just allows you not to spill so much sugar and vinegar on the glass, right? Now this one I didn't fill as high as I did the other ones, which is fine. It's better to not have too much in the jar than not enough. You need to have space in the top between the whatever it is you're canning and the lid. Pressure cooker. Okay, I'm gonna do one more because I know it's boring, but just one more. Jar. 3/4 pickling. Beets. Now I have a ton of beets here. I'm probably gonna have 15 jars of pickled beets because I did a lot of beets for fall and spring. You can also just can your beets. Again, you don't have to pickle them. You can can them in just salt and water with a little lemon. Or, I mean, there's so many different ways. People eat beets so many different ways. But the way I notice people tolerate them the most is to make them kind of like candy, like a sweet pickle. So that's what I do, and I just love them. I love, love, love pickled beets. Okay, so I'm going to pour that syrup back in. Cap on. Syrup on. Right. Back off. Wet. You get another. Oh, here's one. Dry. Cap on. Right. Cap on. Lid on. There you go. And in the pressure cooker. So pressure cooker to 10 is the pound you want, and 7 minutes should be just fine. You can go 10 if you want. It just, the longer you cook, it can cook whatever that is down and make it kind of soggy and icky. So 7 minutes will work. So pound 10, 7 minutes. And then you pull them out again with your little tool. Be very careful with your pressure cooker if you're just using one for the first time. You're going to flip your lid back, turn the heat off, flip your lid backwards, and then wait till the pressure is completely out. And then when you open your lid, open it with towels on your hands, right? And be back off of it because it'll burn your face, right? The steam's going to come out immediately, and it is super hot. Okay, so be careful with that. And that's all there is to it. So it's pretty simple to do. Peeling the beets is what takes the most time. It's kind of a pain in the butt. Peeling the beets, cutting them up, takes a while. So that's the best way to do it. Again, you don't want to peel your beet and then boil it. You'll lose all the color out of it, the taste out of it. Keep it encased in its skin. Boil it so it stays encased, and then peel it off, right? You don't want to recook the beets after that because you'll lose all the color and flavor again. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know. Try them. Even if you think you hate beets, try them. I guarantee you'll love them. If you love sweet pickles, you'll love pickled beets. And then send me a message through Facebook if you have any questions, okay?